Hi everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at how to dynamically change audio parameters with the use of envelopes. So by that I mean that when we synthesize a mosaic to audio, we have been using single values, which means they remain constant from beginning to end, but we can actually have more control and fine-tune the final result by dynamically changing them over time. So to give you an example, let's take the grain duration. So if I wanted the grain duration to start at 0.1 seconds but gradually become longer and end at 0.5 seconds, I could simply specify the list of values, and what this would be asking GAMuT to do is create this line where we're interpolating from 0.1 to 0.5. So just to give you an idea of what that sounds like, let's synthesize the mosaic that we created in the last video and listen to how the grain duration gets longer and longer towards the end. And we don't have to limit ourselves to just specifying the beginning and end values. We can type as many values as we want. So to give you a different example, let's take corpus weight. So for the time being, we are going to think of this as a wet-dry mix between the original target and the corpus, where 1 means we're using only grains from the corpus, and 0 means we're only using grains from the target, and anything in between is a mix of the two. So if I were to type 0, 1, 0 0.25, 0 0.25, 0, this is what it would look like. So we're going from 0 to 1 to 0 0.25, 0 0.25, and then 0, which means that we're going to be, in this case, only listening at the beginning to the target, then gradually listening to more and more of the corpus, then going back down and listening to mostly the target with a little bit of the corpus staying there, and then listening to only the target towards the very end. So let's synthesize this and hear to what that sounds like. And finally, if we wanted to be more specific, so we are essentially, or we have been essentially specifying, or we can think of this as specifying the y coordinates of these graphs. But if we wanted to be more specific, we can also specify the x coordinates by typing pairs of values where the first value is the x coordinate and the second value of each pair is the y coordinate. So let's say that I wanted to use the stretch factor. So stretch factor means that when we type 1, we're playing the audio at the original speed, 2 would be twice as slow, and 0.5 would be twice as fast. So if I were to type something like this, where I say 0, 1, 1, 1, and 3, 2, this is what I would get as a result. So this means that for the first third of the audio, we're going to be listening to the target at the original speed, and then it's going to gradually get slower and slower until it reaches twice this, or is going to be twice as slow as the original. So let's synthesize this and hear all of these audio parameters interacting with each other. So as you can see, this format or this modality of using envelopes gives us a lot of control over the final result. So I would encourage you to play with each of these parameters. We're going to take a look at them in more detail in future videos, but this is what I wanted to show you, and I hope you find it useful. Feel free to leave any questions or comments if you have any, and thanks for watching.